Colorado judge says the lawsuit will go ahead to block Trump from the presidential ballot in 2024. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. A Colorado judge has rejected another attempt by ex-President Donald Trump to throw out a lawsuit seeking to block him from the 2024 presidential ballot based on the 14th Amendment insurrection ban. The ruling on Wednesday from Colorado District Judge Sarah Wallace clears the way for an unprecedented trial to begin next week to determine if Trump is disqualified from returning to the White House because of his role in the January 6, 2021 insurrection. And this is the fifth unsuccessful bid by Trump to throw out this same Colorado case, which is one of several pending suits trying to derail his candidacy based on the 14th Amendment. She said the trial will focus on several key questions, including whether the event of January 6 constituted an insurrection and whether Trump engaged in an insurrection. Over in Jamaica, legislators, after weeks of intense deliberations, have now agreed to the government's proposal for the imposition of a mandatory minimum sentence of 50 years for adults who commit capital murder. The proposed change under Section 3 of the Offense Against the Persons Act is that where a capital murder has been committed, the mandatory minimum sentence to be served before being eligible for parole moves from 20 years to 50 years. And before arriving at a consensus, members expressed varying views about what the minimum sentence for capital murder should be, with some proposing a 40-year sentence. Opposition Senator Donna Scott Motley said that while she supports sending a strong message through sentencing, said she believes that an increase in the minimum sentence from 20 to 50 years is far too dramatic, and proposed that 20 that now obtains should be doubled instead. She's saying that a 30-year-old person who is sentenced is going to be 80-year-old man when he comes out, and the burden is going to be on the state of taking care of elderly population in prison is going to be devastating because we are not equipped for it, she warned. And these are the people and the reason why Jamaica is so violent with murder. Miss Motley, here is what you need to do. Just go find a tall building and probably take a jump. Because the last time I checked the Bible, it still said, "Thou shalt not murder." If you murder, then prepare to face the consequences. If you are 80-year or 90-year in jail, so be it. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, said that it's concerned by the failure of members of the security forces to use body-worn cameras during planned and unplanned operation. And it is calling for the leadership of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defense Force to urgently address that issue. Independent head Hugh Faulkner said of the 106 fatal shootings recorded from January to June this year by the police, he was informed of only one body-worn camera being used in a reported confrontation. That is only one of 106 shooting incidents. Somebody is not doing their job here. Indicom said since the start of the year, it has received over 900 complaints about abuse by members of the security forces. The prosecution's fourth witness in the Everton Beaches Stout McDonald murder trial told the Home Circuit Court yesterday afternoon that the Portland businessman hired him to douse his wife Tanya with acid in 2019. The witness, who testified that he was convicted of misprision of felony and receiving stolen property in 2023, said he spoke with McDonald on 3 occasions. Detailing his interaction and the aborted attempt to douse Tanya with acid, the witness said he was introduced to Mr. McDonald in a car park beside the Portland businessman's supermarket in 2019. Noting that they spoke for about 10 minutes face-to-face, he said McDonald complained that his wife was giving him trouble, explaining that she's not coming home most nights. The witness said at that point Mr. McDonald told him that he wanted to get some black acid to dismantle her. He said McDonald gave him $50,000. His next visit was in May of 2019 at the same location. And on this second occasion, the witness said McDonald showed him an exit route behind the supermarket where he could escape after completing the mission. He said McDonald took him to speak with a beautiful lady and indicated to him that she was the one who should be doused with acid. The witness said he then exited the supermarket and entered the parking lot where Mr. McDonald gave him $60,000 more to purchase the acid. After he got the acid, he went back to see him. He said the businessman took him to a plaza nearby where Tanya was sitting under a hair dryer. While walking away, the witness said Mr. McDonald told him that he could douse Tanya right there and then. And responding to the prosecution on whether he had completed the mission, the witness says, "No, the lady was too beautiful. I couldn't hurt her." We now move on to sports. Kingston College are through to the quarterfinals of the Manning Cup after a 4-1 second leg win over Campion College at Stadium East to advance 7-3 on aggregate. Defending champions Jamaica College also made light work of Eltham 3-1 to book their spot in the last 8. St. Andrew Technical High School, after beating Kingston Tech 4-0 in the first game, also came back and gave them a dominous 7-0 score in the second. Mona High, who beat Jonathan Grant 4-0 in the first game, put on another show and beat them again 6-1 in the second game. Hydel, who drew their first game with Excelsior 0-0, did a crowd pleaser and beat Excelsior 3-1. St. George's, who won 2-0 in the first game, did another number and beat St. Jago 3-0. St. Catherine High beat Wolmer's 3-1 with an aggregate of 5-1 after beating them 2-0 in the first match. And in the very last match, Tivoli put on a show, beating Haile Selassie 2-1 after a 0-0 draw in the first game. The quarterfinal round kicks off this weekend with Group 1 consisting of St. Andrew Technical High School, Mona, KC, and St. Catherine, while Group 2 has Jamaica College, St. George's, Hydel, and Tivoli. Over in the Costa Cup, defending champions Clarendon College edged Stets 1-0 to stay unbeaten this year and move to 6 points from 2 games, leaving Stets on 3. Conwan College also is now tied with Stets after they pick up 3 points, beating Mile Gully 2-0. In Group 2, BB Coke handed Manchester High their first loss, beating them 4-2 to move to 6 points, while Manchester remain on 3 points with 1 win from 2 games. Dark Horse Happy Grove High rebounded from their loss to BB Coke High on Saturday to beat Taki High 4-2 in their rescheduled Group 2 game, and the win took Happy Grove High into a virtual dead heat with Manchester High in second place in Group 2, with both teams on identical stats of 3 points each from a win and a loss. 6 goals were scored and 5 allowed, and behind leaders BB Coke High, who are on 6 points from 2 games. In Group 3, we have Magrat for the second time played to a 0-0 draw, this time with William Nib to move to 2 points. Nib meantime earned their first point after losing 3-1 to Christiana in the first game. Christiana meantime lost 1-0 to Dintil and remain on 3 points. Dintil now moved to 4 points after a win and a draw. In Group 4, Garvey Masio edged Frome Technical 1-0 to move to 4 points and take the lead. Frome Technical remains on 3 points, while Glenmore was ruthless with a 5-0 whipping of Mort Antonio to also move to 4 points, tying Garvey Masio. And don't forget that the Best Manning Cup and the Costa Cup reports take place on this radio station. If you ever missed the news, please go to YouTube and type in Jamaican Undiluted News. Listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.